Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you guys some planner necessities, and I'm not talking about, I'm not really talking about page flags and stickers and all that stuff. I'm talking about the basics of what I use. I get a lot of questions about things like what type of paper I use, what type of vellum, what type of sticker sheets, what type of cutter, what type of hole punch. Those kind of necessities, right? And I sometimes forget, those are the things that we use every day. I mean, some people might use stickers all the time, but for those of you guys who have been here for a little bit, you guys know that I'm very functional as a planner, and so I don't use a lot of the frills. I do have dashboards here and there, but for me, most of my planning is very functional. So today I'm gonna show you guys the actual necessities that I use on a day-to-day. So first up, I've showed you guys this in a lot of my videos, and that is, and I'm sorry for the glare, that's my trimmer. Okay, so if you guys use planner printables, which I assume a lot of you guys who are watch my channel do, you need a trimmer, okay? And this one is great. I've had this from the very beginning. It's just the Fiskars Trimmer. And what's great about this is, I'm so sorry about that glare. Hopefully it doesn't bother you. But there is this wire here. Try to show you guys. Can you guys see? I don't know if you guys can see right there. See? That wire is like a precision thing. So when I cut, I can use that wire as a guide to know exactly where the cut is going to be. And that makes my cuts much more precise. So that's why I really like this trimmer. You can't like cut that many pieces of paper at one time. I think like 3, 4, 5 is probably the max. But if you keep the that little knife part, and you can get the replacement knives too. I'll link, by the way, I'll link everything down below, links to get these items if I can find them. If you get the replacement trimmers, once you start to notice that they're dull, it's great, and it cuts my cardstock from my dashboards perfectly. Like, it doesn't have the frayed edges until that knife becomes dull, and you can get them replaced really, really easily. So I love that trimmer. Highly recommend that one, okay? The next thing, very basic as well, is paper. I get this question a lot, and I never think about it, but, because you just print it out. But I mean, that's like the main thing of printing, right? So anyways, let's get into paper. So I got a few things for you. Okay, so let's talk about the basic papers first. I'm just going to show you this. So this is your basic 20-pound multi-purpose paper. I will grab a sheet of it for you. Not that it really makes a big difference, but maybe you guys will be able to see the difference in the weight. And that's just this, okay? And this is just 20 pounds. Sorry, I have a few sheets here. It's just 20-pound regular copy paper. It's not very thick. You can see that. You can see, the stuff underneath, but it works. And for me, if I don't want to bulk up my planner, I usually just tend to stick to this. You can actually get even lighter paper than this. Allie at Philo Planner, Allie, said that she uses actually 16-pound eco paper, which is cheaper and it's much thinner. I've never tried it, but that's a great idea if you want, to really thin out your planner. But I just use the 20-pound for the most part, and I think it's fine. If you want something a little bit thicker and a little bit more premium, I use this Premium Choice HP 32-pound paper. Let me just take one out for you guys. And it's going to be hard to show you on camera, but you can kind of see the quality difference, right? See how, I don't know if you guys can see it. See how this one's much brighter. You can tell it's thicker because you can't see the see-through under, right? Because we're on top of the same thing, and you see that it's a lot brighter. You can't see the stuff under. So it's definitely thicker, okay? Now, I find if you're somebody who likes a chunky planner, like once you get a few of these going, it starts to get thick, okay? So like for those of you guys who like a whole month's worth or a whole like year's worth of inserts, like this will definitely chunk up your planner, but you can really feel the quality. It's very smooth, it's very white. It's great paper. Okay, so that's the 32 pound. Now, if you want something in between, there's also 24 and 28 pounds. So I would try those as well if you want something a little better than copy paper, but not as thick as this. So a lot of the times I recommend like 28 pound or 24 pound paper. Okay, so those are the two that I use a lot. I definitely use the copy paper more often because I like a thick planner. I'm just finding these get too thick too quickly. So if there's like an insert that I reference a lot, I'll print it on this paper just because that way it won't get, you know, wear and tear. It's better at sustaining the wear and tear. So that's that. The next thing before I get to vellum is cardstock paper. And cardstock is definitely thicker than that type of copy paper. And I use 65 pound paper. Honestly, guys, it doesn't really matter the brand. I don't even know where I got this one from, but I'll link some 65 pound for you. But that's the weight of paper I find that's great for printing dashboards that won't get jammed in your printer. And I have tried this in both my laser and my inkjet, and it hasn't had a problem. I've gotten way thicker paper than this. Like I tried 100 pound paper once because I wanted something really thick, and it was a disaster. I always got stuck. But 65 pound, I find it's a good thickness, so you get like a sturdier dashboard, you know, but also you don't have a problem with, I mean, I've never tried all printers, but I assume it'll be fine with most printers since I've tried my two printers, no issues at all, and I love it. This one is a little bit off-white. I kind of like it in my planner, but of course you can get all types of different colors of the cardstock. So this is pretty easy. You can get different colors and stuff. I just wanted to mainly tell you guys about the weight of the paper, because when I was looking for paper to print to print dashboards on, I was having trouble, you know, trying to figure out like what weight will be thick enough, but not too thick that it gets stuck in my printer. Okay, so that's that one. And then the next thing I get a lot of questions on is this vellum paper, right? And I love this 65 pound Darice paper. And I'm in Canada, so I use Amazon Canada, obviously. And I cannot find this on Amazon Canada anymore, and it makes me so sad because I'm running out. But last time I checked, it's on the US, Amazon.com. So I'll link, again, everything down below. But I'm hoping that they bring it to Canada again. But I also think the US Amazon, a lot of the time it ships to Canada. So for anybody who's from Canada watching this, you might be able to get it off the Amazon.com site. And this is great vellum. The 65 pound vellum, even though it sounds high, like because it's vellum paper, it's actually different. It's still thinner. Like I'm not a pro at like, you know, paper weight. So anyone who is, let me know down below. But I think the weight is different for each type of paper. So like cardstock is one type, and like your copy paper is one type. This type of vellum is different type. So yeah, like even though it's 65 pounds, same as the cardstock, they're obviously not the same thickness, right? But for vellum, in terms of vellum, this is a very good quality vellum. It lasts really well. It's frosted. And I love this for printing on dashboards. I do also have a dashboards video, I think, where I kind of showed the comparison of printing on this versus acetate versus paper, and I'll link it up in the cards. And you guys can look at that video if you want to know more about this cardstock, because I do compare some of my printed dashboards. But anyways, my favorite vellum by far I've come across. So you can see that I've almost gone through the whole package. So that's your vellum. Next is acetate, and acetate is just that clear you know, this clear stuff. This is actually projector overhead paper. I'm really aging myself here, but for those of you guys who, you know, remember those old like projector heads that your teachers would like show you class slides on? Well, and they would print it on this. That's exactly what this was actually called, I think, on Amazon when I bought it. And so I just print on this, and that's what I use as the acetate paper. So it's just fully clear. It's nothing really special. It works well. The only thing I find is that I never had a problem printing on this on my laser printer. But I think when I tried printing on this on my inkjet, something about the black and white ink doesn't stick properly. But if I print in color, it's okay. So it's kind of finicky. So for those who have an inkjet printer, just be careful with that. It's kind of a random brand, but I'll try to find it for you guys and link it down below if you guys are interested in acetate. Okay, next I'll get to sticker paper. So I am not a sticker shop, so I don't know what's the best sticker paper out there. I've heard of a couple. Oh my God, the names escape me now. When I've used to watch like YouTube sticker shop videos where they talk about like what sticker paper they use. Oh my gosh, I can't remember right now. I'll link them down below. I think one was labels.com or something. But like they're kind of expensive to purchase unless you're going to purchase a lot of them. I'm sure that's why like Etsy or sticker shops buy them. But yeah, I've never tried them just because you have to order a lot or it's kind of expensive, especially to ship to Canada. But I will link them below if you're interested. But I know the sticker shops talk a lot about them and say the quality, and I'm sure they're way better than anything I have. But just for me, because I just do stickers for myself, you guys have seen, you know, the stickers that are made in other videos. This is just what I use and it's fine. Okay, so the first thing is this Avery sticker project paper. I mean, it's pretty standard. I'm pretty sure you can get at Michael's. I always get everything on Amazon. This is just the white sheets. So if I have one in here. This is just, you know, white sticker paper. I'm not gonna lie, like when I print on it, on my, I don't know if I've tried it on my inkjet, but on my laser printer, I don't love the quality of it. It's definitely just for fun, and it works, so it's okay. But for how much it is, 15 sheets, I can't remember how much it is, but it's not the best. I don't love it. But that's what I use if I want any stickers that are on, you know, white paper. The one that I tend to like is the transparent vinyl type stickers, and I get this brand, I think it's Unikit. I thought it was Unikit, but I guess it's Unikit. And they have it for both inkjet as well as the laser version, and that's what I use to print these. So like the transparent type stickers, I use this. I found that with this, again, I don't know if it's just my inkjet, something about the black and white, if I ever just print black and white, it smears off. But if I print color on this, like as you can see here, even though it has black, oh, maybe the black does smear off. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even notice the black. See how the black's smearing off right now? But the color seems okay. I don't know, so maybe it's just my printer, it's a bit finicky. I never noticed that actually, and you see that I've used a whole bunch of these already, so I don't know if it's just the black ink. But I got the same one for the laser version, and my laser printer, no issues at all. I can print it out totally fine, nothing smears. So again, you might just want to be careful with this, but this is so inexpensive for how many sheets you get, and it's good quality. But of course, obviously, if your ink doesn't stay, that doesn't really help you much. But yeah, it's really great quality paper, and I love it for my stickers. It's just the right thickness. It's not too thick, but it's thick enough, and I loved it with my laser, with my inkjet. I got to play around with it a little bit more, but that's what I use for sticker paper. Next thing, I will just do quickly punches. I mean, these are pretty standard. You guys have all seen these punches before. I switch through my planner sizes, as you guys know, very frequently. So I feel like I have tried a lot of things. And so the Rapesco here is a very popular punch. I find that this is great for very standard sizes and sizes that you don't need to do anything like Sorry, I retract that. It's good for standard sizes, like personal size is good, pocket size is good. What else is in here? I haven't used all of them, but personal, pocket, totally great. Use this. For A5, not good. Do not get this. You've got to do this weird thing where you pull it out to wherever it says A5, and then you got to flip the paper around. It never punches properly, like the holes never align. Do not get this for A5, okay? But if you're using a smaller size, this is great. Like when I use pocket, perfect. When I use personal size, perfect. Obviously FC compact, personal wide, those kind of sizes, perfect, because you're just using the personal size holes. So those are great for A5. Do not get this one. You just use a single hole punch. I'll link that below. They're literally like $4. Always reliable. You just take something that you've already punched and then just use that as your guide and punch your holes for your A5. That's what I've always used. So that's a Rapesco. And of course, Happy Planner punch. I mean, this is pretty standard. I think it comes in 2 sizes. I just have the regular. I think they have a bigger size. The thing about this that's annoying is if you're using mini HP, which I just started using again, if you saw my last few videos, you got to figure out where you're supposed to line it up to do the mini HP punch. So I kind of figured out that this is the right spot, and so I've just marked it down. So I wish they had like a guide. I'm not that familiar with Happy Planner, so maybe they do and I just don't know. But for me, I've just put a sticker there so I know that that's where I got to line up for mini HP. But other than that, it works fine. The thing that's annoying about this is only 3, you can only punch 3 sheets at a time. And with like thicker cardstock, you can only punch really 1 at a time. And so there's also like the Levenger punches, the arc punches, and they're all a little bit different. I don't know all the exact details, but you guys can look those up on YouTube really easily. But with the Happy Planner punch, the one thing that I do know is that this middle part, you know, this little stick part is kind of longer than, I think it's the arc punch. The arc punch is much shorter. And I think with the Levenger punch, like this mushroom hole is a bit bigger. Anyways, don't quote me on that, but there are some differences. But they all work with the discs. The only thing is if this is shorter, then this insert is going to be closer to the disc, if you know what I mean. Whereas this, you can go further in. And why that matters is, for example, if you have something that's cut shorter, it's going to line up differently along the discs, right? And so if it's shorter, like say one is shorter, one is longer, one insert's going to come further in the disc and one is going to come further out. That probably didn't make any sense. But for those of you who know what I'm talking about, that's kind of the difference. Or just look up a video that goes into detail about this. Okay, so it works fine. It's very sturdy. Yeah, don't got much else to say about these. Okay, so next thing I'll show you is just a few smaller items. Pens. I'm not one to use, you know, a bajillion colors or anything like that. I really stick to 2 pens and sometimes my Tombow. This is the Frixion pens. This is the slim version, but really the appeal of Frixion, of course, that you guys all know, is that it erases, and I just love that. I make mistakes all the time. You know, I don't mind crossing out. I don't love it, but I love my Frixion. The thing about Frixion pens is that the writing is, it's hard to tell, but I think this is Frixion pen writing, but the ink is a bit lighter than, for example, a non-erasable one. So this is a non-erasable one. It's the one I use a lot, is the Uniball Signo, and it's the 0.38 millimeter tip. And this is also the thin tip. I think it's 0.3 or something like that, 0.38. So I'll link both of them below. These are the 2 I use the most. This I use in my on-the-go pre-planning because I don't care about that planner. I just, you know, scribble what it is, so I just call it a day and use that. For my plans where, you know, it's more my final spread, I try to use this because I just find like when it's scribbled or erased, like it kind of distracts me. So I do like kind of a clean spread. So I use this so that I can erase easily. And then just the other one that I use to highlight is the Tombow dual tip, and it's the 942. And this is the one that's like that neutrally beige color. tan, beige, whatever you want to call it. And I use that a lot, and I love this. And I have a bunch of other Tombows, but I don't really use them. This is the only one I really go to. So those are the 3 pens that I use. Oh, also, if you get the Frixion Slim, you can get the replacement. You can get these for all pens, I'm sure. And I go through these pretty quickly. Like if I do use that pen all the time, I would say like once a month, or probably I need to replace it. Okay, next thing, I'm not a big sticker girl. I don't, you know, buy a bajillion stickers. They're so expensive, I find. Because the problem is I like to hoard them, and I feel like they look so nice, so I don't want to use them because there's only a few on a sheet, and it just gets expensive because I'm not using it and just buying more. But anyway, so instead of doing that, I just, the ones that I find that I reach for the most, because I don't really care about them, is these ones. And these are from AliExpress, but I think they have them on Amazon now too. And I reached for these a lot. I have a few rolls. I think this is already my second. Yeah, so these are great. The other thing I like are just these cute little teardrop paper clips. You can get them at a lot of Etsy places. You can get them pretty sure on Amazon. These ones I think I got on AliExpress. Maybe on Amazon, I can't remember. I'll link them if I can find them below. I like those. And the other thing that I like, especially for those who use like Hobonichi or bound notebooks, is if you don't want to make dividers, these Post-it tabs are great. I just got another package, because I went through one package already. But they're super sturdy, and you can reuse them a whole bunch of times. Like, the problem with page flags is that because, like, I don't know, the small ones, the transparent ones, I find, like, I don't know, something about them just doesn't feel sturdy for me to, like, use as actual bookmarks. So I like these much better. And you literally reuse them like a bajillion times, and they're fine. They're really sturdy. So the Post-it tabs. And besides that, I think that's it for really the key items that I use. I don't want to go into planners because, you know, people have different options, preferences and whatnot. But in terms of actual planning accessories, I think that's it. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know down below. If you like this kind of video, please consider subscribing. I do a lot of, you know, flip throughs, planner setups, unboxings, tutorials, all types of stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.